Hey guys, what is up? And he has did it again. And he might end up doing even more again, but we'll get into that because it ends up being the last game I have to review. So you can see, I thought it'd be best to put it just under the wild card. Instead of having it at the bottom of the screen like I normally would during the regular season, I'm going to just have it right there at below the wild card. Then after divisional, I'll pop it down there and we'll just keep going and going. So we had the Colts face the Texans. Now, I watched every game except the final one, the Eagles Bears, but I still know how it ended. So the Colts just dominated this game for basically 3.5 quarters. And it, same as the Chargers game, but the Colts were dominant against the Texans in Houston. I did pick the Colts here, and it was just insanity that Andrew Luck and the Colts were able to go in and take care of business the way they did. I thought it was going to be a close game, but whatever. All right, now the one game I got wrong would be this one here, the Seahawks at the Cowboys. I thought the Seahawks were going to win it, and the Cowboys surprised me and probably a few other people that really thought Seattle had a chance here. I honestly believe that a couple things made a difference in this game. The Sebastian Janikowski injury after he tried that 57-yarder. By the way, he makes that 57-yarder. That's a 25-24 score. Just saying. Not saying the Cowboys wouldn't have been able to fight their way back, but that is a 25-22. Then other than that, but even then they went for two a couple times because Janikowski was hurt, and Mike Dixon not exactly great at field goals. He was trying them during halftime, and it was probably like a 30-yarder or something like that, and it went just wide, not even remotely close. And then it's like, hey, he can probably drop kick him, but then even then, how far are you going back in order for him to have enough time and room and whatnot to do that? You know, are you going? Is it almost like a punt where you have to like be back 15 yards? Like, there's a lot of questions there. And they'd probably be signing a kicker right now had they won. Or actually, they would have already signed a kicker. You know, the day after they signed somebody and put Jankowski on IR. But, yeah, so even then you argue, well, they went for two a couple times, and that affects the score, and it does. So, it still would have been a close game, without a doubt. And so, a couple things, like I said, was the Janikowski injury and Dallas's defense. They held Seattle's number one rushing attack in the league in check. Besides like a 20, maybe I think it was maybe a 20-yard run by Penny. I think the longest run was like 5 or 6 yards, maybe 7 at most. Like, they really shut down that rushing attack. So the defense, the Janikowski injury, you had Zeke. When he has 130 yards or more, the Cowboys are 10-0 in those games. He had 137. So he had the yardage he needs to control the game. Like even I said, if the Cowboys win, it's because Zeke has his I'm like, this is what they need to win. And I said Zeke needs a $150. He had close to it, 137. And he needs a touchdown or two. I think I said 2 touchdowns, but like Zeke needs to have a good game for the Cowboys to succeed. So that's just kind of the thing. So moving on, we have the Sunday games, which was Chargers at Ravens. I have an itch on my nose. Chargers at Ravens. And the Chargers won thank you. Now the Ravens are doing what the rest of the AFC North is doing, sitting on the couch watching from home, just like all of us. So, the Chargers, again, just like the Colts, were dominant in this game. They dominated, dominated, dominated. People were calling for Joe Flacco to come in. A lot of Ravens fans were calling for him. I'm like, and then me just watching from home, I'm like, why is Lamar Jackson still in there? And then I see Joe Flacco with his helmet on. Like, okay, is he going to come in now? Are they giving him this last drive? And if he doesn't do anything, Flacco's going to... And it's just, hey, Flacco, have your helmet on. All right, Flacco, take it off. Hey, Flacco, come here and put your helmet on. All right, take it off and go sit down. Like, it was literally that. Like, every other drive, Flacco had his helmet on, ready to go. As if they were telling him, hey. And then the Ravens made that slight bit of a comeback. And were within one score. And Lamar Jackson, I think it was, goes and fumbles the ball. It was a strip sack. But he lost the football. Chargers recover. End of the game. Alright, so this game I didn't watch, unfortunately. But I do know what happened. Like I said earlier. Eagles at Bears. I did pick the Eagles. So my one wrong was Dallas, which I think 3-1 for the wild card. Not bad. So let me think. That equals out to 12-4 per week if we did the regular season, which isn't that bad either. So you had, so I checked the score a couple times, and the Bears were up 6-3 when I checked, and I think they were tied 6-6 the next time I checked. And then I saw the touchdown Nick Foles threw. Let me think. There must have been another field goal as well. And then I saw the Bears, what they were able to accomplish. And they went for the game-winning field goal. And Philadelphia called the timeout before he kicked it. So even as practice, you snap the ball, or you call the timeout right before it snapped. So they snap it, he kicks, and the refs are blowing their whistles. No, don't count this. And he made that one. He did. And then they go for it again. And you see him kick, and it goes left. I mean, for you guys, it looks like, my right's your left, but it goes left, bounces off the upright, comes down, bounces off the crossbar, and bounces out. So that was hard. He got booed when he was leaving the field to go into the locker room. There was a video of a Bears fan. He lost his mind. And, everyone was commenting, he was a jerk and whatnot. And, if you really go frame by frame, look close, that ball was tipped. And the NFL even changed the stat from a missed field goal to a blocked field goal. An Eagles player got their hand on it, which is why he missed. Now, would he still have missed? Maybe. Would he have missed by more? Maybe. But the Eagles player tips it, bounce, and you're done. So that was crazy. And it was a 43-yarder. So I was on Twitter and I was looking, just scrolling through, and I saw a video. And it was, Cody Parkey sucks, or whatever his name is. I think his name's Cody Parkey. He sucks. I could totally make a 43-yard field goal. And someone on a football field, 43-yarder. They kick it. It went about maybe 10 feet in the air and went about 20 yards till, that's my left. That's your guys' left. But it went about 20 yards left. And he had a little bit of a laugh, but his friends were making fun of him for it. Like, it's not easy what they do. It's not. I've tried kicking a few field goals in my time. It ain't easy. It's not. I did the punt, pass, and kick my second year of college during one of the football games at halftime, and I would have won $10,000, I think. And I completely butchered the punt. I tried to do a little too much with it, so I completely butchered the punt. I had a pretty decent pass, butchered the punt, and I had maybe like a 50 or 60-yard field goal. I made it to about the 20, 25-yard line. So after having a 60-yarder, when it hit the ground, it went 40 yards when it hit the ground, if I got to 20. Plus I didn't get that much of a run up. But, you don't understand what they do. And it's something that not a lot of other people in the league can do. It's like, oh no, just send the punter in there, it's fine. No! We saw what Mike Dixon did. Punting is not the same as kicking. And kicking is not the same as punting. The fact that Pat McAfee was able to go from a kicker in college to a punter in the NFL is just amazing all in its own. People don't do that. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of practice. But you know why they're not doing all that? Because they're practicing their main position. And also, I felt like no one in the league kicked well this year. Except maybe the Chargers kicker, who went 5 for 5, I think. Something like that, and made all the extra points and whatnot. Even Justin Tucker missed a extra point this year. I think he missed a field goal in that game, too. I think he missed a field goal in the playoff game. Nobody kicked well this year. Well, I shouldn't say that. At least everybody had some form of struggles this year. Justin Tucker never missed an extra point in his life. And he missed one this year. That just goes to show what happened this year. If you're an average kicker, you just became below average. Even if you were a good kicker, guess what? You just became below average to a below average. And if you were a great kicker, guess what? You became an above average. No one kicked super ultra mega well this year. Everyone had some form of struggle. And I think kicking is going to be a lot better next year. It's just move on. Oops. So that's the playoffs so far. So as you can actually see below my record, you see the divisional games, and I'll go over those when I do my predictions. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on, and I'll see you guys next video. Later.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.